Shohei Ohtani back in action. When you don't pitch for 2 years, dude, like there's going to be some anxiousness. There's going to be some rushing. I'm going to walk you guys through these pitches here. This is him out of the windup. I noticed this in his live ABs footage. It looked just a lot more comfortable out of the windup. That's a very common thing when you're coming back from injury because your brain just craves rhythm. I want to go to the first pitch of his outing. Ohtani's a guy that's going to do an aggressive step back, and then he's going to do a little coil up. Watch his hands, right? So see how his hands go up there? So the feet and the hands are both going to go up at the same time, and they're going to create a lot of space with this move. Boom. Boom. I think one of the key contributors to power output is how aggressively you can sink down the slope and load up that drive leg. There's just so much more force going down into that drive leg. So you load it up, you get more distance covered here, boom, and then you sink, catch the fall there. He's just in a really good posture, front shoulder closed, lead leg extended, everything's coming from the drive leg, and then everything kind of just rhythmically flows from that. The lead leg is gonna then go internal rotation, glove side's gonna peel while the throwing arm retracts, and then when we anchor down, that's when this bad boy flips up. That time-sensitive movement there of everything happening, rotation occurring, and then you create a ton of this stretch, right? That's out of the windup. So now we're in the stretch, and then he's trying to do this modified leg lift here. You can see, notice the first things off the bat, right? You're not creating as much space as you did out of the windup with the leg lift. Even though he's going to be able to repeat these things any other day, it just takes him a while. You're getting into similar postures. It's just how you're getting there, just a little bit different. It just looks like he was landing maybe a little bit earlier or a little bit later sometimes, and he wasn't truly blocking with that lead leg. I love this sinker here he throws. It looks like he gets a little bit more patience. So you let that lead leg be a little bit more neutral, load, and then just whoop, flip it in there. You can see just the way he lands with his front foot. It doesn't look like he clears his hips as well as he did out of the windup. So you get kind of stuck, and then you got to throw against that lead leg, and it's got to bow out a little bit. And I think that's just going to get your fingers to the side of the ball. 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to get it locked in if he's consistently on the mound. But there's a difference between being consistent on the mound in sim games and bullpens and then going in, freaking prime time Dodgers, Padres. But really good call there with the slider, get him more timed up. For youth pitchers, it's a really good play. If you're struggling yanking the fastball, you're struggling rushing, go to one of your secondary pitches, usually slows you down. I wish you would have went to more of a splitter, because I think with the hand positioning, if you go to the slider and he's already around his four seam, it's just getting him more around it, right? So maybe if you go to a splitter, you're going to show your body get through it.